Good morning from a very sunny Edinburgh, where we've had some glorious weather for the past 2 weeks. I hope you've all been able to get out and enjoy some of that. Um, Today I wanted to talk about something called Shinrin-yoku. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a Japanese term for forest bathing. So in the 1980s, Japan did a great deal of studies on spending time in nature, and they looked at things like blood pressure, the stress hormone cortisol, immune function, and even cognitive health. And they found that spending just 2 hours in nature, and particularly a forest, although any nature is beneficial, could significantly improve these factors. And these weren't just people's subjective feelings, these were measurable markers within the blood, blood pressure, cortisol readings. So there's a definite benefit to health from spending time in nature. And interestingly, there's been some studies done in the UK around listening to birdsong and the effect that it has on the nervous system and reducing stress hormones as well. Now, given that stress is probably underlying most of our health conditions, and even if it isn't the cause, in many cases, stress will always make any health condition worse. It does make sense to really take notice of things that we can do on a day-to-day basis that's going to help minimize the impact on stress. And it always reminds me, a good friend of mine is a very successful businessman who went through a very difficult time in his early 20s, had a nervous breakdown, suffered from depression. And he recounts that the only way he was able to really get through all of this was to get out and walk every single day. Rain, sun, no matter what the weather was, he would just get up and get out for an hour or two, just walk and walk and walk in nature. And first it was really difficult because especially with anxiety and depression, mobilizing yourself every day to do that is really, really difficult. But after a week or two, and when the health impacts kick in, it can be a really beneficial thing to do. So I'm going to encourage all of you, as much as you can, to get out in nature, not just on the glorious days like today, but as much as you can every day. Carve a little bit of time to spend in nature, even if it's 15 or 20 minutes. For myself, every morning when I wake up, I take the dog out for a walk. We're very lucky to live very close to a beautiful wooded area with a pond. So just going out there every morning, listening to birdsong, just soaking up some of the nature. Leave your technology behind so that you can be fully present and immersive. And it does make a huge difference to health.